how to make my brookies, cookie and brownie together, and I absolutely love them. If you haven't had one before, brookies are a mix of a cookie and a brownie in one, and these can come in various forms, but I'm making my brookie bars, quite a hard thing to say, brookie bars, because they are delicious. So it's the combination of my cookie dough, which I use in my cookie bar recipes, and then some brownie on top. Starting off with butter or baking spread as always. Then on this one, I'm using just light brown soft sugar. And then you want to mix these together like always. You want to make sure there's no butter lumps left. Then you add in an egg. We have vanilla and mix. You then want to add your plain flour, your bicarb, sea salt, optional but delicious, and then your corn flour as well. You then want to mix this together to a cookie dough, and then you can add in your chocolate chips or chopped chocolate. You then want to grab a lined 9-inch square tin like always and put your cookie dough in. You then want to press your cookie down firmly into the base of the tin. Once it's been pressed down, you now need to freeze this for 20 minutes. Towards the end of the cookie dough freezing, you can make the brownie. I'm just getting the dark chocolate in a bowl and I'm adding the butter. You can use a block butter or a baking spread. You just want to melt this together. And then once it's melted, it's lovely and smooth and chocolatey. You then want to add your eggs to a bowl. I'm then going to add my sugar. I'm going to use light brown soft sugar today, but you can use caster sugar. You then want to whisk this until doubled in volume and mousse-like, but you'll see it create a lovely light colour. Once it's whisked, you can then pour in your melted chocolate and butter mix, and then you just want to fold these together gently so you don't knock out any of the air. You then want to add in your flour and your cocoa powder, but because we're using so little, you can just use all plain flour if it makes it easier for you. But I like the chocolatiness of using the cocoa powder as well. And then you fold again. I'm then going to add in some white chocolate chips because I want the contrast of the brownie and the chocolate. So we're using white for the brownie, milk for the cookie dough because it's opposite colours then. You just want to fold them through, and then you grab your cookie dough straight out the freezer and you just want to pour your brownie mixture on top and just spread it evenly. And then you want to bake this straight away in your preheated oven. I bake at 160 fan for about 25 to 30 minutes. Now these are baked, you just need to leave them to cool in the tin fully and then set them in the fridge for a few hours for the perfect texture. So here we have the baked and set brookies. I always say on recipes that involve a brownie, it's best to set them in the fridge for a few hours because it makes it nice and fudgy and perfect, and then it's just delicious. You don't have to, but I just recommend it. And there you have a delicious brookie. You can see the layer of cookie and then the brownie. They're just so good.